Shalom, shalom, it's your brother Wasilkamilbey, and we are Shamstoppers, baby. I'd like to state for the record, we reserve our United States constitutional rights and everything that ride with it. Title of the video is called Taking Care of Another Man's Property. Taking care of another man's property. We're going to just go into this video. Paternity court. Here we go.
Thank you, Jerome. Good day, everyone. Good day. Mr. Smith, you have brought your estranged wife to court to prove that you are the biological father of her 4-year-old daughter, Christina Cookie Smith. You signed the birth certificate and have been daddy since she was born and claim you know you are her father. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Mrs. Smith, you admit that you allowed your husband to sign the birth certificate and initially believed he was Cookie's father, but as your daughter got older, she no longer looked like him. And now you believe another man is her dad. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Smith, take us back to the beginning of your relationship with Mrs. Smith.
In the beginning, we actually met in middle school. We went out through, I want to say 7th, 8th grade, and then we reconnected after high school.
All right, and you dated, fell in love?
Right, we actually got married.
Okay.
We actually ended up getting new phones around that time.
Okay.
So it's just like the other phones were kind of lingering around. So I'm just casually just going through them. And, you know, I saw text messages, some photos between my wife and some other cat.
What did you see? What was the exchange?
Well, it was like I miss you. You know, when you miss a person, you know, apparently you've seen them before. You know, nude photos.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Nude photos of your wife or of the man?
Excuse me, Your Honor. I've never seen any of these alleged text messages that he's talking about.
Well, did you send them? I mean, even if you haven't seen them, did you send them?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
So he married to the whole of Babylon. Fellas, I keep telling y'all, you can't make a hoe into a housewife. If a bitch can't tell you how many dicks she done fucked by the time she got to you, you know what I mean? She got a bunch of trapped cock souls in her vagina, and you gonna be acting like this nigga. 1 minute you gonna feel this way, and next minute you gonna feel another way. You know what I mean? Hoses out here is crazy. And you got these beta punk ass males out here ain't doing but making the shit worse.
Well, then he's seen them. So what happened, Mr. Smith, when you see these text messages with nude photos and I miss you?
I basically, you know, I let my parents know what was going on, and I packed up and I left. I had to.
So you then called your family member, your mother.
Right. Just to, you know, because she's my support. You know, she helps me on everything. You know what I mean? Everything. And that's just out of natural, you know, just natural affection for my mom.
You were upset.
Yeah, I had to go to my mom. I had to. So she talked me through it, and she actually, you know, helped me get through a lot.
So at some point, Miss Smith, you find out you're pregnant.
Yes, ma'am. When I found out I was pregnant, we were very excited. I told Christian we weren't together, and I thought that this could be a chance for us to reconnect and make our marriage work. And he agreed, and shortly after we got back together.
And so you found out you were pregnant. You told Mr. Smith. Mr. Smith, when you found out she was pregnant, were you happy about it?
Extremely happy.
You were extremely happy.
Extremely happy.
And she said she hoped that this would help rekindle your relationship. Did it?
I didn't know what love was until I met this person.
Right.
So then, and I'm having a baby with this person as well. You can't ask for more. I already got everything I need.
So, were you...
This what these ladies want nowadays. Well, not ladies, these hoes want. You know what I mean? They want soft, good men, dumb motherfuckers. They can run over and tell what to do. You know what I mean? This child support shit. I don't pay child support. Again, I'm gonna tell you. 2 baby mamas. I don't pay child support. For what? So a bitch can go out here and fuck, suck, spend up money that ain't even hers because they not doing shit. Fellas, your baby mamas ain't doing shit. Not a goddamn thing. Probably fucking, sucking, swallowing. You know, real talk. A lot of people don't like this channel because there's a lot of guys out here that ain't men. They ain't man enough. And it's a lot of guys, it's a bunch of guys ain't gonna get off this child support thing. Because for one, right here, I talked to my mama. You niggas is mama's boys and shit. You know what I mean? And you got niggas like this taking care of another dude's baby. And this going out to all the niggas that want to play daddy, you know what I mean, to somebody else's child. Wake the fuck up, man. Ain't nobody ask you to do that. So when that dude come looking for his child, your ass better be running. Is it worth getting killed over somebody else's orgasm, somebody else's property? Huh? Cause a bitch pumped you up, she sucked your dick and gave you some pussy. The same dick sucking, the same pussy riding all that she gave to that child's father.
At the hospital when she was born?
I mean, priority number 1.
Okay.
Hey, sure, but it was a cesarean section birth. So what I made sure was, since I couldn't cut the cord, I asked the doctor, you know, can I lean over, can I see, you know, because you can only see that one time, you know, it can only happen one time. So now, you know, when Cookie is 18, 21, 40, I can tell her
that you
know,
saw.
I saw you come into this earth. You know what I mean? The first time you just came out in there.
I understand. And so you were there?
Yes, ma'am.
And you were happy?
Ecstatic.
Did you sign the birth certificate?
Yes, ma'am.
Excellent. And she has your last name?
Yes, ma'am.
And so, Mr. Smith, at what point do you start having paternity doubts about Christina?
So, I'm in the shower one day. I believe Khalita's at work. Cookie's out there. I'm watching her. And I just noticed something just that doesn't need to be there. You know, I didn't put it there. I know everything that goes on in my house, so it's just a CD that I see that's out of place. I'm like, I didn't put this in here. So the number that was on the CD, you know how people can pass out CDs?
Yes, their contact information.
Right, that number, it's just something about that number. I ain't forget about that number. And then I saw an Instagram name. So I immediately I look up their Instagram. So I'm scrolling. Man, I see somebody holding my daughter. Whoa.
What?
You know, with a cheese, you know, one of these, you know, with a cheese on their face, like it's all happy and everything.
So does it have a caption?
It did have a caption, but I not for word verbatim, but it was something in the line of him claiming her, though. It was that.
So this photo, you actually submitted in your court papers. This is the photo you saw on Instagram?
Honestly, though, I don't like looking at that. I don't like looking at that at all.
You can't even look at it?
Nah.
Who is this man?
Well, Your Honor, his name is Joseph. I actually met Joseph after we separated, and around the time I was very vulnerable, and
she was vulnerable. You know what I mean? She was vulnerable. Listen.
Well, Your Honor, his name is Joseph. I actually met Joseph after we separated, and around the time I was very vulnerable, and he was the only one showing me any type of attention or any love, which I needed because I felt lonely around the time because my husband left me alone. So
let me hit y'all with some game. So if your baby mama feeling lonely, you ain't giving her no attention, right? She gonna go have one of these uh-ohs, and an uh-oh is another man's property, right? It go vice versa. So this nigga is raising, you know what I mean, a bastard child. So this child is a bastard, right? So he's taking care of this bastard. Real talk.
Yeah.
You had sex with him?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you use protection?
No, ma'am.
Did you tell?
This is a dumb bitch, my ad. This is a dumb motherfucking bitch. This is a dumb bitch with a choir robe on. You know what I mean? She gonna ask this woman, did she use protection and the baby came out? What type of shit is that, man? See, y'all niggas letting these hoes rule y'all with robes on, choir robes, you know what I mean? Come on now.
You were married?
No, I did not.
If you want more episodes of Paternity Court, make sure to subscribe and click on the notification bell.
My name's Christopher Walker, and I'm about to tell you how I reclaim...
Man, shut the fuck up.
So Cookie is now 4 years old, and you believe that she is this man's biological child?
Yes, Your Honor.
Not your husband?
No.
But for the first 2 years, you allowed your husband to believe that she was his without ever saying, while we were separated, I had sex with another guy, unprotected. When I got pregnant, there's a question.
Yes, ma'am, because I didn't feel like it was any need to bring it up to him, because when me and Joseph hooked up, we were separated. So I didn't tell my husband about it.
But at the point you find out you're pregnant, shouldn't you at least put these cards on the table?
Yeah.
Because he's bonding with this child for 2 years.
And you notice something? Fellas, when you go get some side pussy, you the devil. But when they do it, they want people to feel bad. Man, these bitches, 9 times out of 10, all these hoes that's single, baby mamas, they made bad decisions and they was disobedient. That's why the nigga left their ass alone. That's why. But anyway, raising another man's property.
Correct.
And you knew the whole, did you know the whole time that there was a possibility that this other gentleman could be her biological father the entire time?
At first, I had no doubt in my mind that Christian, wasn't the father of my child. But as Christina got older and her features started changing, that's when I, had some doubts about it.
But now your husband has formed a bond with this beautiful little girl. He's on her birth certificate. He's raised her. And you never stop to say, I better say something?
No, Your Honor.
Oh, she's so cute.
Playing on the goddamn children.
So if he has a caption saying, this is my child, you had told this other man that the child was his?
Yes.
Yeah, before me, right? Before me. I don't mean anything. Just this random person gets the best information in the world, and you feel like you can't tell me the one thing that I actually need to hear for my sanity.
I think we need to hear from that other man, and he is here. Jerome, please escort Mr. Joseph Prater into the courtroom.
That's tough. That's tough.
We're going to have you go right up to the witness stand right next to the judge.
I've got to tell you.
Mr. Prater, how did you meet Miss Smith?
I seen her walking down the sidewalk, and I actually ran behind her, and we exchanged numbers. We talked on the phone for a little bit, not too much in depth, but we talked for a little bit, and then maybe a couple days after that, we met up.
Did she tell you she was married?
No, ma'am. I had no clue.
So when did you find out about the baby?
I don't know a time verbatim, but the first time that I've seen Cookie in person was she was 2 years old.
Did you ever find out she was pregnant at all 2 years before?
You know what? I don't even remember verbatim. I don't.
So tell me about the first time you met Cookie.
I was in downtown. We met in a public place, and I saw her walking, and she was in a stroller, and she just looked up at me with like a mischievous like one of those type things, and I was like, yo, you know me from somewhere? Like that's when I felt like it might have been my daughter.
You did?
Yeah, it was something there, like she knew me already.
And so when you met her, did Miss Smith say to you, this is your child?
I ain't gonna lie, when I seen her, she looks just like my dad. She looks just like us, so, you know, I never really, like, doubted it. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I always thought that, yo, this is my child.
And so while all this is happening, at 2 years old, you find out, you accept it, you've got this little girl. Do you make plans to stay in her life and to be a part of her life and to take care of her?
Yes, ma'am, I did, but at the same time, I wasn't in a position to be a structure of a good parent or anything at all.
So you're saying that you did not start providing support for the child?
I mean, I would see her, and we would, like, you know,
so you would see her, and you would spend time with her?
Yes, ma'am, but
how many times did you see her and spend time with her? She's 4 now. After you met her when she was 2, did you see her more than one occasion?
Oh, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
And you'd always refer to yourself as daddy?
Yes, ma'am.
And all this time, Mr. Smith, you're also spending time with her?
Of course.
And having absolutely no idea this entire encounter occurred, still referring to yourself as daddy as well. Miss Smith, what kind of web you weaving?
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you time to think on it. I'm gonna hear from your mother. Please stand. Ma'am, step over to the podium.
We don't hear from no motherfucker, but check this out. I'm gonna go to the end of this shit. So this dirty bitch, you know what I mean, stepped out talking about she lonely. See, that's how you can tell. Bitches can't keep their legs closed. That way talking about niggas always sticking their dick in. Well, shit, if niggas always sticking their dick in, that means you have to voluntarily open your legs. These hoes want dick. They want dick. Dick, 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 dick. And be lying talking about what type of guy they want. No, because a bitch ain't got shit to offer but pussy. That's it. She just offered that dude some pussy. And he nutted in that pussy. Because you got this dumb bitch gonna ask a rhetorical question. Did you put on protection? Duh, bitch. We gonna go past his mammy. I don't want to hear nothing about his mammy.
With that said, the truth is that you obviously didn't know that from that 2-year point, Mr. Prater is still in contact and seeing Cookie as her father, and your son is still functioning like Cookie's father. And Miss Smith, even though you opened up and told Miss Brooks the truth, you still were allowing Mr. Prater to see her behind your husband's back.
Until just now. I didn't even know any of that.
And Mr. Prater, you did not know about Mr. Smith.
Man.
So Miss Smith, why?
I just couldn't find the right time to say anything about it.
When you have...
I'm gonna tell y'all, fellas, start being real with these hoes. Tell your hoe, look, I want another bitch in the bedroom, come suck this dick, you know? Because these hoes is no good. They no good. We're gonna get to the results though. You know what I mean? Hold on.
Take the envelope, please.
Here we go.
These results were prepared by DNA Diagnostics and they read as follows. If you need paternity court, call us at 855. Is the biological father of 4-year-old Christina Smith. It has been determined by this court. The biological father is Mr. Prater. I'm sorry.
Ho.
I'm sorry, Mr. Smith. I know that was not the news you wanted.
That's tough.
Oh, I know.
But it doesn't matter. I'm gonna do what I gotta do. It's my baby. It's my baby.
Baby
To be
man.
honest, it's his baby too. And he is the biological father, and you are the legal father. Which means this web is still continuing. It's complex. So we have got ourselves into a real situation with emotional issues, legal issues, marriage issues. We have counseling and resources here in this courtroom. I want you all to sit.
Did you hear that? She said he is the legal father. That's some simp shit. Hey man, subscribe, share, and like, comment. You know, raising another man's property. I'm not down with that. I'm not finna do that. Every man need to be accountable for his own orgasm. Okay? Hit us up. Peace.